If you're someone who struggles with your inner critic, take a walk with me. In my latest podcast episode, I had an amazing conversation with high performance coach Annalie Howling. And it's funny how in the moment when you're creating the podcast, you don't necessarily digest all the information as it's coming in. And what's funny is you start to critique what you're doing as you're going through the editing process. And it's like, oh, I should have asked this question or that question. In the past, that would have turned into some pretty severe negative self-talk. I would have gone down that spiral staircase of negativity. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not capable. You can't do this. Who are you to be doing this? Those thoughts, feelings, and emotions are programs and agreements that we've been conditioned for our entire life. It also becomes the lens through which you see the world and perceive your environment. And because you have no tools or framework to work from, you have no past experience to draw from, the elegant solution is to become a people pleaser. And I want to remind you, this isn't therapy or advice, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I want you to know you don't actively think, oh, I'm going to become a people pleaser. That'll be great. But it may push you into becoming a high achiever, a high performer. If you start showing up in a certain way, then nobody can be angry or embarrassed. And what you don't realize is this becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Relationships will break down. There will be job losses, and you'll end up self-sabotaging every good thing that comes into your life. And it's because your core belief about yourself, your I am statement is, I am bad. And if you read The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks, this is your upper limit being reached. You can only ever receive or be in alignment with what you think you deserve. It's also why people will win the lottery and then a year later, they'll be broke. And they're not consciously saying, hey, I'm going to mess this good thing up. It can sound like, wow, this is amazing, God is good, and then quickly shift into, I don't deserve this. And you begin to experience shame for getting something good. And you'll always wonder, when is the other shoe going to drop? You don't believe that you can have, maintain, and sustain those good things in your life. But then when we overlay attachment styles, maladaptive coping mechanisms, and substance use, this becomes extremely nuanced and complicated, but not impossible to begin healing your inner critic. You see, it's never just one thing, and everybody's path is going to look different. If you resonate with therapy and you have access to that, that's a wonderful start. You can also reach out to Annalie Howling for her Inner Critic Masterclass. Personal development and self-education are also valid. And for me, I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket. I'm going to do multiple things to help me navigate my thoughts, feelings, and emotions and that mindset overall. And for many of you, between 30 and 45, there's going to be some sort of break or shift. You'll wake up one day and you'll realize that I can't keep moving in this direction. I have to do something different. I have to learn to forgive myself. It's radical acceptance and extreme ownership. It's acknowledging that you're allowed to grow, change, expand, and become different. And the next question is, what are you going to do with your life for the next 50 years, and how can you help others? You'll find that acts of service without expectation set you free.